Dad, you think you can fix my fan? It's been broke for a little bit.
After the stunt you pulled, there is no way I'm going to fix that fan right now. I've got more important things to do. I'll fix it later.
Okay. Hey Dad, did you forget? I mean, it's been a little while.
Forget what?
You know, the fan, it's still broken.
I'm working on this video, and when I get done with it, I'll fix the fan. Okay?
Alright. Alright. Hey Dad, are you ever gonna fix my fan?
I'll get to it when I get to it. I mean, I've got a video to do, I've got the intro to do, and I've also got to go out and do the job itself. I mean, I've got too much on my plate right now, and I'll get to it when I get to it.
It's been forever. Alright.
Today on We Can Fix It. My name is Danny and this is John, and this is We Can Fix It, where if we work together we can fix just about anything. So today we're talking about swords. We have a multitude of swords here. I had a whole lot more when I was younger and I got rid of them. I really feel bad that I did, but I did.
Now I got a collection.
Now he's got a small collection going on. I got rid of him because he was a child and I didn't want him to get hurt by them. Some of mine were really sharp. And then he said, I want swords. So I bought him some swords. Is this all of the swords? I think you're missing one. The dagger. No, the dagger. The skull dagger.
Oh, wait. Okay, never mind.
Oh, the skull dagger. So, this skull dagger that he's going to go get is actually my dagger. I bought it a long time ago. It was long time ago. They made this in this version, from what I can tell. And then I bought one that was actually bigger. I can't remember exactly what it was called. It was bought off of a magazine, but it was a full sword. This is just a dagger.
Okay.
So, this right here is my skull dagger. And I gave it to my son. It's missing parts. As you can see, it has the red in the eyes.
Kept the blade pristine.
Yeah, the blade is chrome and it looks beautiful.
It's not sharp at all.
Yeah, it's not sharp except for the tip a little bit. The eyes, like I said, it's missing the gems in it. We might make an episode of replacing the gems in this. It has a little latch that goes around the neck of it, as you've seen when I first showed it off. It's a little dirty.
It's been sitting in the corner for a little while.
Sitting in the corner for a while. We're going to put this out here more than likely. We'll probably make a sword stand and put it up here somewhere. And there you go. There's that one.
There's one.
So let's get the other sword.
Let's go for daggers.
Yeah, let's go for the dagger. So this is the Roman dagger. We probably showed you this in the last episode when we showed the Roman armor. So if you've seen it, you know exactly what you're looking at. You're looking at a Roman dagger. It's kind of like a scorpion style. What do they call that thing in The Hobbit? It's like the Hobbit's style sword. But it's nice. I mean, it's not that bad. Somebody handmade it. It was actually given to us. This guy was going to throw this away, and he gave it to us. It has a belt that has all of this nice decoration.
It has all these kind of like tassels.
Yeah, it has these tassels. Makes good sound when it's all rattling together. And then he also gave us a sword as well.
Oh, yeah, let's go for that.
So this is a Roman style sword. The sheath on this thing is actually detailed a little bit. Somebody hand done that. I don't know if it's there it goes. It looks a little better like that. Alrighty. And the sword itself,
since there's padding inside of it,
it looks
very quiet.
It looks pretty good. It does rattle a bit, but
yeah, it's mostly because of the bottom piece is loose.
I believe I can fix that, but we'll do that later on. It's not sharp. Most swords are not supposed to be sharp if they are reproductions. The only time you ever really get a sharp sword if you get something from a professional that builds swords for a living. And then they will be razor sharp. They won't be a little sharp. That's how you can tell between somebody that knows what they're doing and doesn't. Is when you get a sword, it's either going to be dull, completely dull, and I'll show you with this one of his swords here. Excuse me. And I'll show you one of his swords here in a second. I'm going to let him go on and tell you about these because these are not my swords. These are his swords.
I bought these ones. Well, technically with the money, a little bit of money he gave me. But this is a Japanese. I'm not sure if it's actually called this, but I think it's a tanto. It has engravings inside of it. This was the most expensive out of the two that I bought. I think this was like $72. And
a little bit of money, by the way, a little bit, just a little bit,
just a tad bit of money,
just a tad bit.
This is the design on the side of the blade. It's a little sharp, but not too much. And then one that we fixed on here. I can't remember how much this one is. It's got writing on the side, and I got a pretty good handle. Actually stayed in shape for like the 3 or 4 years that I've had it, and it's got the same design as the other one does. As you can see, it's a whole lot longer than the other one.
That's because it's a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a sword.
And I guess we're going back to ones that you bought, which is this one.
Alrighty. Well, I don't know the character, so you need to go on with that.
Okay. This is from Demon Slayer. The character's name is Sunimi. I can't even pronounce his last name. This is his sword. Pretty good handle. Cool little sheath. And this is what the blade looks like. The reason I like this character, mostly because of the blade itself.
So, if you look at this blade, if you remember what I stated, this blade is... Yes, this blade is metal. We got him when it was fiberglass. But this one's metal. So this is a reproduction, naturally. They never really made any real swords. If you can see this in the camera, the sword is completely dull and it's actually painted on the bottom.
It's a whole rounded off edge.
Yes, it's rounded off. There is no way this thing is ever going to cut anybody, anywhere, at any time. It'll hurt if you hit somebody with it, but that's about it.
I wonder what would happen if you hit someone with a giant hunk of metal.
So, but this right here sword is for show. That's normally what most swords are for. Like I said, unless you get something that's professionally made. So, just keep in mind, I was told by a guy that messes around with a lot of swords that if the sword is dull, that's how it's supposed to be. If it's rounded. If it's squared off, it might not be supposed to be like that, so I might have cut it down. But if it's rounded off, somewhat squared, but just rounded, let me see if I can show you a little different here. So on the back end of it, where the spine is square. On the front is rounded. If it's rounded on the front, where the blade's supposed to be, that's proper. It's only supposed to be sharp if you get one from a professional.
And also,
Yeah, show them
writing
the
it has-
design on the hilt.
And the guard has this cool little spiral design that I like pretty well. It has what is it? I can't think of what's called inside of it. The stuff that's inside of here.
I don't know exactly what it's called either.
Resin?
Yeah, it
is?
might be resin. Yeah, it looks like resin.
It's got kind of green resin inside of it.
Yeah.
So then I do like it because when it goes back in, if you do it just right, it clicks.
Mm-hmm.
And then the one that he got, which, by the way, I saw the box. I had no clue what was inside of it because I looked at the box and it showed like a person that looked like he was working out. I thought it was something to work out with. But then later on to figure out that it's like this whole Excalibur type sword, which actually isn't really Excalibur. It's
Yes.
We found out that it's from a whole different movie.
So I bought this sword because it looked somewhat like Excalibur. I said, you know, I liked Excalibur, the original Excalibur, and I liked the Disney version with the Sword in the Stone. I really liked that cartoon, and I always wanted to have an Excalibur. So I found this and bought it, and it stated on the site that this is Excalibur. Well, I didn't really pay much of attention to it because it was cheap. So I said, well, maybe it's another version of Excalibur. So as you see here, it's got a really nice sheath to it. Really clean, really smooth pull on the blade. I really like the sword and I like the sheath. Now, for what this sword really is, and that is not Excalibur.
Yep.
It comes from Lord of the Rings. It's actually one of the main characters from the original Lord of the Rings series. It wasn't the Hobbit, it was one of the kings. And this is his sword. Again, it was cheap. Didn't really care about that. I wanted something that kind of looked like Excalibur. Now,
the only bad thing about it is the fact that it is actually sharper than the other ones. And for a cheaper price than the other ones.
yeah, but if you take a look at it real close, let's see if I can get it on camera and drop that. So if you look at it on camera real close, if you look on camera real close, I don't know if it'll translate here.
Translate?
Yeah. So the blade here is sharp, but if you get close on it, you can see grinding marks on it, where somebody actually done this, I believe, after they bought it. I don't believe that it was like this when they bought the sword. I mean, it's a jagged, sharp blade. It's not really smooth cut sharp. You could actually feel that it's not razor sharp. It's actually a jagged cut. So somebody, I believe, did that after they bought the sword. And the reason I believe that is because of the fact that the tip is rounded on one side and sharp on the other.
All in all, I think it's a very nice blade.
And it doesn't take away from the blade, even though that it's sharpened. It actually still looks pretty dang good. Well, we gotta go. Well, that's our clock. Telling me we gotta end this. I've got a couple of things to do today. I gotta take the dog to go get her a rabies shot. So, we're gonna have to end the video on this. Good news is, this was the last sword anyway. So, I hope you have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe. Do whatever you want to do. And this... I screwed up.
Yes, you did. Run it again.
I did it again. I did it again. I did it again. So, our alarm just went off. And that means that we have to end this episode. Good news is, this was the last sword anyway. Gotta go take my dog to go get a rabies shot. So, if you would, like, comment, subscribe, and remember, if we work together, we can fix just about anything. Put that
You
down.
pointed at me when you said dog.
We can fix it. What in the world are you doing?
I tried to fix it.
I'm gonna help you.